You agree with me that in most societies, the basic expectation of a woman is to just, look pretty and have a nice body. And then when you get more mature as a woman, as you grow, the expectation moves on to your ability to procreate, get married, give birth to children, run a home. Good. In as much as there is nothing, absolutely nothing with being that and just that, certain women like me know that there is more to life and want more out of life. As a matter of fact, I want to live this life knowing that there is nothing I could have been able to do that I did not do. As a matter of fact, I want to live empty. I want to look back and know that I exhausted myself while here on earth. Now, a lady with the same mentality as mine might sound as I've just sounded now, but with life comes certain circumstances and situations we cannot manage and we cannot control. As a matter of fact, goes beyond our control, and we tend to follow life according to what is thrown at us. What am I saying essentially? Eventually, when you grow and you follow according to the biological programming of life, as a woman, for example, become a parent, so many things, all of these factors are very likely to shift you away from those goals and dreams you've had all along. And if you follow it through as that wave blows you, you tend to lose touch of yourself. You tend to lose touch of the things that make you, that drives you, that make you tick. You find yourself losing touch of pursuing success, pursuing riches, pursuing greatness for yourself, achieved by yourself as a human being. Essentially, you lose fulfillment, personal fulfillment. Having established that, using myself for example as a woman, in order to still keep my eye on purpose of my destiny, I will be sharing with us today 7 daily habits that can lead, as a matter of fact, anybody to being successful and rich in terms of financial wealth. And this has been made simple as I'm starting with this starter pack, simplifying it down to the basics. I'm talking about everyday habits, daily habits that will lead you, that has led me towards being successful and financially strong. And I must let you know that this did not happen as a default. It took time. It took self-awareness, self-consciousness, me sitting back, pausing situations and being like, look, you know what? What is going on here? Let us go to the drawing board and let me fix things. So that same way, that journey I've been through, I've actually been through a journey, and you can attest if you have come across various of my content on social media, you will see how far I have come. You will be able to tell in some way, physically, mentally, otherwise, that I am not the exact same woman I used to be. So the practical tips I'm going to be sharing with us today works for the average youth, as young as 18 and as old as 60, 65 even. Starting from today, begin to imbibe these 7 daily habits I'm going to be sharing with us into your regular lifestyle, and trust me, in 7 weeks your life will not be the same as it is today. So starting with the 7th tip, we'll run it down to 1. Feed your mind. It is the norm for us to feed our stomach, put food in our mouth. But if you're missing out on feeding your mind, you're missing out on growth and development, as a matter of fact. Feed your mind with articles. Your mind needs food because what shows forth outside comes from within. It is very important that you feed your mind with self-development materials. It could be in form of audiobooks, physical books, videos. Over time, especially since I embarked on a self-development journey, so about 4 months thereabout, as at the period I was writing my dissertation, it was a turnaround period for me. I took time off so many things, social media and all, to work on myself. I fed my mind a lot. I realized how empty my mind actually had been for a long time. And after I fed my mind with self-development materials, every day I began to feel this change from the way I see myself, first of all, which did a whole lot in helping me fine tune and discover my purpose in life. As a matter of fact, feeding my mind gave me a clearer vision towards life, towards my purpose. I find myself more and more less interested in frivolities, things that will not contribute positively to me, things that will not help me attain success, things that will not make me a better person in general. You'll find that when you begin to feed your mind with healthy material, you have less time for unnecessary things. You have less time for engaging in activities or even hobbies that do not help in developing you. You will notice that even you're subconsciously conscious of what you use your time for and what you spend it on. Now, this is very connected to the sixth point, time management. For every activity I must engage in a day, 24, we all have 24 hours. Now, that is one thing that have differentiated successful people from unsuccessful people, rich people versus poor people. The rich and successful spend their 24 hours being productive, the most of their 24 hours doing things that are fruitful. With me, every hour counts. So from the time I wake up, first thing I check the time with my phone. Checking that time makes me conscious that my time for the day starts now. So my success of the day is tied to how well I utilize these hours. For example, if the waking up time is 7 o'clock, you have from 7 o'clock till at least 7 o'clock, that's 12 hours, to run a productive day. Now, it's very possible that if you are not conscious of time and how to manage it, you can while away time. And if anybody is to call you to accountability at 7 o'clock later in the day and get to ask you what you've done for the day, you probably might not have anything reasonable to say. You might just be rambling. You might be trying to figure it out. But when you're conscious of time management, you will find at the end of the day that you have been very productive through the day. I give you an example. Back to my personal analysis, my body alarm usually gets me up at about 6:22 a.m. From that time, then I look at my phone, I see what the time is. I structure my activity till 6:30 that day and ensuring I keep to time with every allotted activity. Running the day that way will help you eliminate unnecessary activity. You will find that you will not have time even to spend on something that is not budgeted for the day. And that is not to say certain unforeseen circumstances might not come in between, your scheduled day, but you will understand that you have to map out time for whatever extra activity comes in. And that activity, best believe, you will know that it will have to worth your time, worth your day, for you to bring out time out of your already scheduled day to attend to it. Now, this snowballs to the next point, the fifth point, which is TV time. Productive, successful people hardly have time to watch a lot of television programs. I discovered with my own self, I really haven't been much of a TV person right away from time. But there are times with some programs, especially back in the days, I'll find some series very engaging that I could want to spend all of my time doing it, binge watching and watching. You will even attest with me that there have been times back in the days when we get to rewatch a movie we've watched before. What a waste of time. Now, to be successful, productive, and wealthy, you will not have time to watch television. That is to put it plain. But to be more practical, you understand that that time you're using to watch television programs, whatever the program may be, could be used in more productive activities that will actually impact you. Now, we will not eliminate totally entertainment from our lives. That's not even practical. But then, when you've taken that stance of being cautious of your TV time, you will know how to structure it. As a matter of fact, now that you've reduced TV time consciously, you've told yourself, okay, my daily practice is to reduce my TV time and instead use that time to do more productive things, to engage in more productive thoughts. Think about a new business. Think about moving ahead in your career. Think about establishing yourself further. You will know that you really wouldn't have time to watch TV. So if you must watch TV, you can reduce TV time to probably the weekends. And that way, as a matter of fact, it will be one of the things you look forward to, some of the fun things you look forward to towards the weekend. Inadvertently, you are structuring and patterning your life even without consciously setting up for it. Now, point number 4 happens to be one of my favorites. As a matter of fact, it's been huge and life-changing for me. I'm talking exercise. I tell you, there is no gimmick, my brother, my sister. If you want to succeed in life, it comes from feeling good about yourself. When you feel good about yourself, you will feel like you deserve more. I tell you from my experience, the more you feel good about yourself, the more you carry yourself, the more grace you exude, and the more you attain for greater heights. There's so many benefits to a healthy and fit body. When I'm telling you about exercising, it does not necessarily mean you have to be a certain size or you have to be slim or you have to be skinny. When you exercise, you encourage blood flow. You see puffiness, I'm telling you from my experience. You see facial puffiness, you see feeling heavy, you see feeling some type of joint pains or body pains or feeling some type of heavy and all of these gets eliminated. I'm trying to tell you the layman benefits of exercising, aside of course the medical and scientific benefits to it. You will find yourself agile. You just feel this burst of energy to run your day. Now, with exercising, you have to watch what works for your body. Don't just go ahead and exercise and pull all the dumbbells and everything because people are encouraging you to exercise. Look at your body, listen to your body, and know what works for you. I personally, I do not lift, I do not do heavy lifting and all of those things. I do light stretches, my cardio, very important to keep my heart rate pumping and my metabolism going. Also with exercising, at some point, I've experimented a lot with exercises. At some point, I realized that when I get to exercise a lot before eating, like before having breakfast or lunch, I find that I'll get more hungry, that I'll get to eat more than I normally would have if I hadn't exercised. So what I do is now I do very light exercise, say 5 or 10 minutes exercise in the morning when I wake up, and then the bulk of the exercise, if I still want to, will be towards the evening after I've had my last meal for the day. Then I know that after exercising, I'll just take a shower and then call it a day. Okay, if you're having challenges with starting exercises, it could be because I told you before, these things don't come by default. It's not natural. It takes conscious effort for everybody, believe you me. So if you're having challenges, it's not just you. Everybody goes through the same challenge. What I do is, or what I was able to do to help me keep in track, is have a goal look. So for me, my goal, I laugh because it will sound kind of like superficial, but it is what it is. I'm a vain girl, okay? That aside, my goal look is to be like one of them Victoria's Secret models. You know what I mean? Now, having that is primarily for accountability. So when you have, an ideal body or ideal, no, I will not say body. When you have an ideal weight or size, it helps you stay on track. So you might not necessarily become that, but having something to keep you accountable helps you keep yourself in check, helps you keep your discipline on the lock. So where you will have just left yourself, without conscious effort and become anyhow and become a shadow of yourself, when you have these goals in place, you will see yourself working towards becoming a better person in terms of the way you look, in terms of your appearance. When you look good, it pushes you to aspire more and become great in life. This ushers in the third point. I'm talking food. Feed your body with quality food. Now, the general knowledge or what the lay thoughts can give to you is, eat little food, don't eat too much because you're watching your weight. No, I'll sit down here to tell you that's not the point. Personally, I do have a very large appetite. As a matter of fact, giving me little food is like punishment to me. It's like appetizer. It's like you're just trying to stir up more hunger. So I like food and I eat it in large quantity. But I've been able to maintain my body, maintain my journey towards being successful and wealthy, as a matter of fact, by eating quality food. When you eat quality food, it really wouldn't matter what the quantity is. I will have a very large bowl, give you an example of vegetables and nice chicken or salmon on the side, a very huge bowl, and I'll eat all of that. I'll look good, my inner body will be happy, my outer body will be happy, my hair will be growing and my skin will be glowing. As against when I try to eat some junk here, maybe a little burger here, a little fries there and all of that. It's small food, is portion control, but how happy is my body with having those kind of foods on a regular basis? Remember the word on a regular basis, meaning you do not have to eliminate it. You can have those things during the weekend. Like I personally, I have 2 days in the week where I map out to eat everything I've been thinking about or everything I've been craving to eat over the week. It's not easy. I took steps, baby steps, to get to where I am today. This is why I am encouraging you from my own personal experience how you can walk this walk towards becoming that successful, wealthy person you plan to be. Now we are on number 2 point, and that is social media time. Now, I work on social media, for example, for impact and for hobby, and to leave my mark here on earth, something that will live longer than me, something that will stay after me. So I will not say zero social media, but limit your time on social media, whatever social media means to you. It is very, very important that you do not get carried away. And it's actually a point, because when you pick up your phone or whatever gadget you intend to scroll through social media for, we all know this experience. You go intend, let's say you don't even have, you just picked up your phone. You are very well to be entertained or sit at a spot and spend 2 to 3 hours without you even knowing. This is where conscious effort and taking time and being disciplined with social media comes to play. As your day starts, tell yourself, allot time to social media. If you want to pick up your phone and enter any of those social media platforms, look at the time first before you enter. That's how I do. I check time, 10 minutes past 12, for example. I have to be here. The max I'm going to be here is 12:30. And before that, I'll check, what have you done for the day? How productive have you been today before you're picking up social media? Check. Now I see that, oh yes, I've done this, that. So social media is more like a way to reward myself or relax or take a break. So I hop on social media. Once I scroll, I check my time. Oh, you've got just 10 minutes more and you're out of here. So it will help you not to dwell so much on one particular post. This is something that on a norm, previously, you might spend so many times. You hear some people who say, oh, I'm just here with my popcorn, chilling at the comment section. The people who spend time, hours, scrolling through other people's comments on just one post. By the time they've spent all of that time, now they think they need to catch up on every other post. How much time are we spending? So when you've timed yourself, it helps you know that, you know what, it's just one glance on one post and next. Because I know we're youth, right? We need to catch up on these things. We need to even be in the know. Any kind of article of interest. Once you've timed yourself, it's easier for you not to overdwell, catch up, and get back to your productive day. Now, number 1, that actually wraps up or begins every other step we've discussed as a daily habit towards attaining success and wealth. It is your sleep routine. It is very important. Any successful person does have a sleep routine. In the past, I have run my life no sleep routine, just sleep whenever and wake up whenever. But I haven't been able to achieve much. Up until when I took the conscious effort to have a sleeping time and a waking up time. It used to be a problem for me in the past because, as a matter of fact, naturally till today, till tomorrow, unless things change, which I'm praying for by God's grace, I'm talking my ability to fall asleep. Insomnia, it's called, yeah? I find it very, very hard to shut down. And I got that by inheritance through my dad. My dad finds it extremely hard to sleep. That when he's sleeping, even my mom, everybody be like, shh, don't go close, your dad is sleeping. That has become my lot now. I find it very hard to shut down. I could be lying down. That is when all the thoughts in this life, all the things I want to achieve, all the things I want to do will begin to run in my head. And the worst thing about the nighttime is it runs like it's crazy. Then the brain is overcharged, is overworked, and as much as I linger awake, I begin to feel some type of way, like I'm beginning to have headache already, and it affects my forehead, affects my eyes, affects the back of my head. It's serious. So in order to help myself, and I find at the end of the day, whenever it is I sleep and I do not get enough sleep, I wake up in the morning, or whenever it is I wake up, I am not productive. It happens to be that I'll be waking up towards 12 in the afternoon till 1. By then, the entire day is gone. So the sleep routine I've been able to imbibe is ensuring I finish every activity, including my bath time, at 8:30, so that towards 9 o'clock, I am already in bed trying to shut down, with my fingers crossed, hoping by 10 I'm sleeping. That way, 6:22 every day, my body automatically wakes up. It works like magic. And by the time I'm awake at 6:22, I try to get off bed, say before 7 o'clock thereabout, and begin to work. I begin to work from 7, everything that is work to me, till 8:30 in the evening, when I'm done with everything and I retire to bed every day. And I find that within that space of hours, I tell you, I am able to do a whole lot. Just to add, if you don't know, if you're coming across me for the very first time, I'm a parent to 3 little children. I work part-time, I run my social media. I'm able to run all of these things living in a foreign land with no form of assistance. I'm talking nannies and all, and believe me, I've got a good hang of it. So the reason why I thought to share this with you guys, my friends, is because I definitely love you guys and I mean you well. And I've always not been this way. My life has actually transformed. Some of you all send me messages and ask me, baby girl, we've been seeing, the changes here and there. Fill us in. What are you doing? That is what this video is for. And there's so many more to come. It is my earnest desire for all of us to be rich, oh yes, and successful. And we will hold our hands together till we get to the promised land. I'll catch you in the next video.